This part of 7.3 Day 2 has to deal with long division of polynomials. So we're going to use long division to divide these polynomials. Now, we're going to set it up just like an old style long division problem, except for now we have polynomials and it's extra fun. So we'll put the divisor out here, and we have x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x minus 12. So the ones that I'm really paying attention to are my first term, so the x here and the x cubed. I'm using this one right here all the time. However, I'm only going to use the x cubed once right now. So I'm going to say to myself, well, x cubed divided by x would give me what? Well, it would be x squared, and I'm going to write it up here. And then just like we used to do in old style long division, I'm going to multiply this x squared to this, and the x squared also to the negative 2. And I'm going to write that in these two spots right here and here. So I have x squared times x gives me x cubed. These two right here are always going to be the same, and it's going to happen over and over again. You'll see a pattern. X squared times negative 2 is negative 2x squared. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract this right here and this right here. So I'm going to subtract this guy from this one here. So to do that, I have a little saying, I draw a line, and I change the sign because I'm subtracting both. And when I subtract a negative, it becomes positive. So I draw a line, change the sign. These two are going to cancel. They'll always cancel, as long as you're doing it right. And then 3x squared plus 2x squared gives me 5x squared. Now I'm going to bring down the negative 4x just like in old style long division. And now I'll repeat the process. Now I'm looking at this 5x squared and this x right here. So 5x squared divided by x gives me 5x. So now I'm going to multiply like I did before. I'm going to multiply this 5x to both of these right here and write them down in this spot. So 5x times x gives me 5x squared. 5x times negative 2 gives me negative 10x. Draw my line, change the sign because I'm subtracting. So it's going to change that negative to a positive. When I add these together now, I get 6x right here. I bring down the negative 12. And I'm left with looking at the 6x and the x squared. 6x divided by x squared gives me positive 6. 6 times x gives me 6x. 6 times negative 2 gives me negative 12. Draw the line, change the sign, and I'm left with nothing here, so I'm left with 0. So in this case, my answer is just x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now there will be more videos, one with the remainder and one where we're dividing by a trinomial rather than a binomial.